Now, i-discuss ko ngayon ang calculator technique para sa cantilever method. Now, di ba sa cantilever method, we have the following assumptions. The frame is assumed to behave as a cantilever beam, fixed at the base and free at the top. So, you can imagine this frame composition as parang malaking beam. So, para siyang ganito. We can redraw our frame. We have the following figure. Ayan. Then, try to imagine na ito yung fibers ng beam. Tapos, naka-fix siya sa ilalim. Ayan. So, gawin nating fixed yung bottom part. And then, ito, parang malaking beam na vertical. Vertical yung orientation. So, once we apply the following lateral loads, di ba, merong 20 dyan, meron ding 50. Ano yung magiging bending? Di ba, the bending of this cantilever beam will be like this. Parang ganyan. Ito yung bending niya. Ayan. So, di ba, once nag-bend siya pa ganyan, this arc length will extend. This will be subjected to tension side yan. Ito naman, compression. Then, yung neutral axis is somewhere dito. Ayan, hindi pa natin alam yung location ng neutral axis. To solve the location of the neutral axis, then, di ba, kailangan natin yung centroid, which is makukuha natin using Varignon's theorem. Ayan. So, again, this will behave as a cantilever beam. Actually, hahaba yung part na to. Parang ganito. Negative bending yan. Tas yung sa ilalim naman, magko-compress. Ayan. Ganito yung orientation talaga. So, ayan. Tension saka compression. So, next natin gagawin, isosolve natin yung centroid. So, to solve the centroid, we will use Varignon's theorem. Then, given yung areas. For the leftmost members, 6450 mm squared yung area. Sa middle member naman, 5160. Then, sa rightmost member, 6450. Ito yung cross-sectional area ng columns. Ayan. Ito yung top view essentially. Then, 6 meters saka 8 meters. So, by Varignon's theorem, we calculate the total area, dalawang 6450 plus 5160, we have 18,060. Then, total area equals sum of the moments of the individual areas. So, 6450 times 0, ito kasi yung reference axis natin. Kaya 0 yan. Then, 5160 multiplied by 6 going to the reference axis. Then, 6450 multiplied by 14. 8 plus 6 is 14. Going to the reference axis. So, we can solve the location of the centroid, which is 6.714. Now, after locating the centroid, this is the conventional solution. Diba? We will draw the bending stress diagram. Ayan. For this side, this is subjected to tension to the left of the neutral axis. Ayan. Again, we will refer to this figure. Tension yan. Ito naman, magko-compress. Compression. Ayan. So, tension to the left of the neutral axis. Then, to the right naman is compression. So, 6.714 yan. It is slightly greater than 6 meters. So, itong middle member, still subjected to tension yan. So, kaya, tension, acting away from the body yung axial force. So, acting away, so kaya downward yan, downward. Acting away from this joint. Ayan, again ha, still the same yung assumptions natin sa cantilever method. Same lang sa portal frames. Diba sa portal frames, lalagyan natin ng internal hinge yung kada gitna ng height and also yung mga midspan ng beam. Ayan. So, nilagyan natin ng internal hinge dito. Ayan. So, yung 3 meters, mahahati yan, magiging 1.5 meters. Now, for the conventional solution, ito yung gagawin natin. We form the bending stress diagram, then we perform ratio and proportion. Para sa axial forces along DG, along EH, and along FI. Now, yung merong linear relationship sa cantilever method is yung stress talaga. Stress, ayan. So, that's why we have stress in DG, ito, is to 6.714. Yan yung distance niya patungo sa neutral axis. Then, stress EH naman is to 0.714, this distance. Ayan, 6.714 minus 6. Then, equals, again, similar triangles lang yan lahat. We have stress in Fi is to 7.286. So, we can express the forces as force over area. So, we have the axial force in DG divided by the cross-sectional area, and so on. Ayan, AEH divided by 5160 yung area niya. Then, AFI divided by the area. Now, after which, we can define the axial forces in terms of DG lahat para isang ano na lang. So, to obtain 0.0850759668, yung ginawa natin dyan is ito lang. We expressed everything in terms of DG. So, yung kadugtong ng AEH, imumultiply natin sa kabilang side ng equation. So, di ba, we have here 1 over 6,450. Ayan. Then, divided by 6.714 yan. Yung ADG, coefficient niya. Then, multiply this by the reciprocal of this term. Yung coefficient ng term na to. Reciprocal niya. So, we have 5160 multiplied by 0.714. Ayan. So, ito yung 0.0850759668. Then, for AFI naman, yung coefficient niya is, ito yung ginawa natin. Yung reciprocal ng coefficient na to, so, 6,450 multiplied by 7.286. Ayan. So, 1.085 and so on. Then, multiplied by ADG. Now, since lahat ng axial forces in terms of ADG na, then gagawin natin, we will sum up moments about, let's say this is point J, ito, nilabel ko na dyan, point J. So, taking moments about point J, 20 kN will cause a clockwise rotation about J, so kaya positive. 20 times 1.5. Yung ADG, wala siyang moment na makukos about this particular point. So, hindi nakasali yan. Then, AEH will cause a clockwise moment about point J. So, positive, AEH, moment arm is 6 meters. Then, yung AFI naman will cause a counterclockwise rotation about J. So, minus AFI multiplied by 14. Then, set natin to 0. Then, we express AEH and AFI in terms of ADG para makuha natin yung ADG. So, yung ADG is 2.043 once you solve this one. And then, yung AEH naman will be 0.1738, tas yung AFI will be 1.08 times ADG, which is 2.217. So, ito yung conventional method. Notice na medyo mahaba siya since nag-ratio proportion pa tayo. And then, after using ratio proportion, nag-moment tayo sa point J, and then, doon, sinolve natin yung axial forces right after. Now, yung calculator technique natin will involve parang yung analysis ng bolted connections. But notice here na magkaiba yung areas. 6,450, 6,450, ito naman 5,160. So, ano yung gagawin if magkaiba yung areas? Ito essentially yung magiging solution. Ayan. Since magkaiba yung areas, to solve the moment of inertia para sa parang group ng bolts, but ito lang, group ng columns, gagawin natin is, we will compute using AD squared. Diba, kung same area lang, yung gagawin sana natin is, summation of D squared na lang. Wala nang area since magka-cancel out lang sila. But since magkaiba yung areas, then ito yung magiging governing solution natin. Diba, stress is equal to force divided by area. Meaning, yung force is equal to stress times area. Then, we will express stress here as the bending stress. So, diba, the bending stress is my over I. But since x yung distances natin sa problem natin, we have mx divided by I. Then, we need to multiply this by the area para makuha natin yung force. So, to obtain I, we have summation of AD squared. Yung D, yan yung distance from the neutral axis. So, first, dito sa leftmost members, we have 6.45 yung area. Then, 6.714 squared yung distance niya patungo sa neutral axis. Ayan, kailangan naka-square yan. Diba, yung area naka-m squared, ito naman, naka-m squared din. Naka-meter kasi yan, tas is square. So, m squared times m squared magiging m to the 4. Ito yung final unit niya. Yung 6.45, converted lang yan. 6450 mm squared, para consistent yung unit, divide natin to by 1000, magiging 6.45. Ayan. Then, 5.16, yung area ng middle member, distance niya from the neutral axis, 0.714. Then, sa kabila naman, 6.45 yung area, 7.286 yung distance patungo sa neutral axis. So, we can obtain I as 635.786. Then, for the moment naman, we will calculate the moment at this particular point. Ayan. Diba same lang kanina, 20 times 1.5. Which is, yan yung moment sa bottom internal hinge. So, kapag doon ka na sa kabilang member, pag ikakat mo na yung internal hinge doon sa ilalim, between AD, between BE, and between CF, then gagawin mo lang dyan is, calculate mo yung moment din sa bottom internal hinge. So, we have 30. So, to compute the axial forces automatically, wala nang ratio proportion and wala nang expression in terms of another variable, we can use this formula, mx over I multiplied by the area. So, for ADG, we have 30 yung m, constant yan. Ito naman 6.714, yan yung distance from the neutral axis. Then, divided by I, yung na-compute natin. Then, we will multiply it by the cross-sectional area, 6.45. So, makukuha natin dyan 2.043. Diba, same lang kanina. Ito, 2.043. Now, for AEH naman, 30 yung moment, yung distance from the neutral axis, 0.714, area is moment of inertia is 635.786 pa rin. Multiplied by 5.16, we have 0.174. Which is same lang din. Ayan, ito, naging exact lang siya. Pag ita-type mo yan, it will approach the same value. Then, ito naman for AFI, area is 6.45. Tas yung I, medyo may mali pala sa na-substitute ko. This is 635.786. Ayan. So, we can calculate AFI as 2.217, which is same lang din doon sa conventional method. Now, what if same yung areas? If same yung areas ng lahat ng columns, then gagawin lang natin is ika-cancel out lang natin lahat ng area. Ito, iba-iba kasi yung area, kaya sinolve natin using AD squared. Kapag same lang yung areas, gagawin natin is, we will treat this as 1. Tas, for I naman, we will also treat area as 1. Parang ganun lang, kapag same yung areas. So, I hope nakatulong yan, and then you can try this sa mga sample problems ninyo.